Welcome back, stoners. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Too Effing High. I'm your high host, James Mastreani. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not familiar with this show, this is the show where we get comedians high on cannabis and have them do comedic challenges to prove that marijuana makes everything funnier. That's the point of the show. It's a podcast. It's a live show. It's a live stream now. We just had we drop a new podcast episode every single Tuesday. Check out the newest one with Mike Castle and Joey Greer. Just came out today. And we also we do a live cast or live stream every single Tuesday and Friday at 6. This Friday, we've got a super fun show. We will be performing on UCB's YouTube's live stream, I guess is what it would be called. Weird times. And we will be doing a really fun show. We will be doing stoners versus sobers. And on Team Stoners, we've got Devin Field, Jacob Wysocki, and Zach Oyama. And then on Team Sober, we've got Ego Wodim, Carl Tart, and Patrick McDonald. So we've got some fun comedic challenges that they're going to do. So check it out Friday, this Friday at 8 p.m. actually, not 6 p.m., 8 p.m. And we've got a great show today that we're really excited about. On Tuesdays, we like to do producers episodes. We bring in special guests. We talk. We do different things. Today, we're going to be doing a very special episode. We'll talk about it in a second. But first, let me introduce my right-hand man, DJ Blue Dream.
Smoke weed every day.
What's happening? What's up, our lovely audience? We got some cool people here. What's up, Kevy? Kevy's always here, and I fucking love it.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Kevy?
Thank you for
back.
being here. Yeah.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Yeah, and we got another special guest who the audience can just see hanging out near the Aurora Borealis right now.
That's right. Yeah. One of our one of the producers of the show and frequent contributor. Welcome back, Matt Newell.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
Born for that music.
Born for that. How's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I'm very high. I just realized. I quickly smoked. I was like, I gotta get high really fast. I think I overdid it. It like caught up. I'm like, yeah.
It's like it starts to like overlap itself. You're high. What do they call that in NASCAR? Like you drift. Your high drift.
I'm drafting.
Drafting. Yeah.
Drafting. Yeah. It's the first high is making all the other highs stronger behind it. And it's like a human centipede of. That's how NASCAR works.
I love it. Well, welcome, man. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
DJ Blue Dream, do you want to lead us in a quick smoke prayer?
That's right. Before our other very special guests get here, why don't we all do what we always do? The most sacred, beautiful ritual of the day, the one that makes your whole day from now go beautifully. The simultaneous smoke. Please, if you are watching, feel free to join along with us on the simultaneous smoke.
Jesus Christ. Alarming. Okay.
Love when a fanfare is followed up by some deep throat hacking.
Yeah. That one just got me very high. Now I am absolutely involved in a drafting of
Human centipede.
human centipedes.
Yeah. We got someone, Gabby says, don't let Joel not smoke. I guess Joel may be planning not to smoke. And Alexa Russo says, I got my pipe going.
Hell yeah, Alexa.
Hell yeah. I'm not sure what the Joel mythology is, but we'll find out, I guess.
We're going to find out. before we bring them on though, because we've got two really special guests here today that we're excited about. Today's theme that we like to do about once a month with the producers episode is it's a good vibes show, good vibes episode. If you watch the show, listen to the show, you know that every show we do a segment called DJ Blue Dream's Good Vibes Minute. And this is a whole episode of that. Right, DJ Blue Dream?
That's right. That is absolutely right. There's nothing better when you're stoned than some good vibes. People are hanging out at home, getting high. Man, let's give them some good fucking vibes.
It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
So to start off here, I'd love to share a very quick good vibe. I think this is a very, very funny video. This is a 420 video. This is at a college campus. And well, you can just watch what happens. It's very funny. And Drew's gonna share this.
I'm scared. Oh shit! There's smoke everywhere. Look, there's the tour group watching him. Look at the tour group. Look, I'm just like, we need some help here. Look at this. There comes shit. Oh, here goes shit.
Look at all the smoke.
Such a funny prank. They should have had someone shoot it better. It was so shaky.
I know.
Because I was like, what is happening?
It was so shaky.
They're so excited about seeing it.
It was so funny. That I didn't know what to expect.
I know. And like, I think it's so funny. They were hotboxing one of those parachutes and the cops were right there. So funny.
Took off. But also the fact that they all ran at once, it was like zebras. Like the cop couldn't focus on one. So they all just kind of got away.
That's so funny.
It was too many.
That's so funny.
It's also the sheer number of people that. I'm like, it's gonna be like 3 people. There's like a fucking swarm of these.
Also, where do you get one of those things? Because I remember doing those parachute things when we were kids, right?
Airplane,
in like gym class.
Oh, where do you get a parachute? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where you get one. Weird. I don't know. You can't. I've never seen one.
Amazon, maybe. Andrew, our producer, just typed Amazon.
Yeah.
Airplanes probably have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I came across that video recently, and I was like, oh, I wanted to share this as a quick little good vibe. Yeah. So
I like a
funny.
video when I don't know what's going on. I just like, what is happening, and then it's just,
and then you discover it.
50 people appear out of a tent.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
That's good.
All right. Now what?
Well, I'm curious just from you guys in our audience. Well, Danny says they just had 20 milligrams of an edible up in their belly. I'm curious if anyone got more than that going on. Well, have you guys been doing edibles today as well, or just smoking?
I just been smoking.
I've been smoking, and I took a 5 milligram mint.
I took a 25 on Sunday. It was very fun.
Oh yeah.
When I like
for your birthday.
For my birthday, yeah, for like 11 in the morning. It was a very fun day.
Oh, dude, that's great. How long did it last you?
It's about 3:30 or so. Yeah. 3:34.
Okay.
Good.
Great.
Our special guests are here. If we
great.
Wait a minute,
Yeah. So part of our Good Vibes episode today is we have 2 guests here who bring very good vibes. They also just wrote and released a song and a music video that I think is full of good vibes as well. It's a great tune. It's a great video, and excited to have them here. Please welcome Will Hines and Joel Spence.
Weed, every day smoke weed. smoke weed every day. Weed every day, smoke weed, smoke weed every day. Smoke weed, we smoke weed every day. Every weed, smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I love the jam. Like the jam.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Pretty
How you
good.
doing?
Good. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is a real pleasure. This is I was so excited to see your text. I'm just pleased.
Yeah, I'm pleased.
I was
to have you
also
here.
pleased. I was very pleased. I was content. I was warmed. Yeah.
Oh,
I dig
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, nice to
Yeah.
see you
In
guys.
a minute.
Yeah.
So real fast, because I know you guys. I know Will, for you for sure. I know you don't really have a relationship to cannabis, right? You don't
No,
really partake.
I'm a sober, straight edge asshole. Total
No.
That's great.
Far right, anti-drug.
far right. Yeah, anti-drug.
Oh God.
Burning books. I'm into burning books.
Jesus.
I just I got sober like 7 years ago, so I went the full 9 yards. Before that, I would smoke sometimes. I was never great
Okay.
at it. I was never great.
Yeah.
I for me, it was quitting drinking was the crucial thing, and I didn't have like a problem that I knew of with weed, but I just I threw the whole thing out. It was easier for me to do that, but I've always liked pot. My friends who smoke a lot of pot are my favorite people, and of the vices, I think it's the best one. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
shit! You heard it here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's a hot take. Spread the news. It's my number one vice, even though I don't do it.
Yeah.
I guess it's not even really a vice, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's,
Yeah.
like,
Totally.
I remember in
Yeah.
college, there was people who loved to drink too much and people who loved to smoke a lot. The people who smoked a lot, great people, never a problem.
Yeah.
It was like, I lived in Boston in 1994, and I remember there was like a legalize it festival or something like that. You know, and marijuana was not legalized at all in 1994.
Totally.
So this was like, ostensibly, you were not supposed to smoke anything. It was just like, let's gather and peaceably demonstrate that we think weed should be legalized. But of course, everybody at that festival was completely stoned. And I was standing near a couple of cops, and I heard them say to each other, and they were like, nobody's misbehaving. It's like the most docile and peaceful crowd. But if you went to like a music festival where beer would be legal, there's going to be some level of
Absolutely.
not that alcohol necessarily means bad behavior, but you're way more likely to have.
Yeah.
Misadventures.
Yeah.
Start
Is that what you're
wrestling
talking
each
about?
other.
Yeah,
Yes.
just people start
That's what I'm
punching each
saying.
other in the face for fun.
Yeah.
So I respect it.
It exacerbates like you
Yeah.
know, some rough qualities sometimes.
So as an
Yeah.
outsider, as a square, as a total nerd, to me, it's always a good sign when somebody's smoking up or into it. It warms my heart, even though I
If
I'll
you-
smoke to that.
yeah.
Yeah. If you ever ran for politics, Will, I think that would be a great campaign slogan for you to
Ran
start
for
your stump
politics?
speeches.
Yeah.
You know, to run for
What
the
do you-
general concept of
If
politics.
you've ever
What
If you ever
office
run
are you
away
running for, sir?
from
Just politics, and I'm offering myself for whatever position.
Okay. All right. That's
I'm
not
open. I'm open. City
Wait till
council,
you just
mayor, whatever you want.
Well, I'm just the county registrar, so I don't know how I'm supposed to help you out.
And now Joel, you smoke weed though, right?
From time to time, yeah. And
From time
I've
to
been on a journey, definitely a big journey with it, because I would occasionally, like once in a blue moon, have it once I got to, or just a little bit before drinking age, but drinking was probably more the accepted thing.
Right.
But I'd run with Will on pretty much everything he said about it. There was a point, you know, I guess I just had hangups about the illegality of it, and that's
Right.
that's the power of that
Mm.
label.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's a drag.
And it wasn't until I got out here and was hanging with a more pro weed crowd, not just use, but also just the advocacy of legalizing it, that I start to pay attention. And it doesn't take much once you start paying attention to be completely convinced that why is of its legality.
Yeah.
Like it should be
totally. The facts start to stack up, and you start to go like, oh, wait a second.
I mean,
like,
every fact, almost every anecdotal experience, like there's almost 0%.
It's almost the equivalent of like how good exercise is for you.
Yeah.
It's just sort of overwhelming.
Yeah, the data stacks up every single
Glasses of
example.
water,
of it.
hell yeah.
Yeah. You should
glass of water.
I guess it is one of the nicer things that's happened to the country in the past. And you're just thinking about how I'm down on our current political environment, but like one of the nicest things is way more tolerance for weed. Like that's just a gentler attitude in general, like a live and let live sort of attitude is lots of exceptions to this, but we're certainly going in the right direction, and that's really nice.
Will, we're pretty much part of the same generation. I never thought this would ever happen. I never even entertained the idea growing up that this was a possibility.
I mean, when Bill Clinton had to just sort of indirectly admit that he smoked pot once, it was like, can this guy run for president? Now I feel like somebody could fucking spliff up in a debate, and it would be like not the craziest thing to happen in any of the debates.
Yeah. Sorry, not to correct you, Will, but I think you meant run for politics.
I hope I'm glad that
it's crazy. Like we get weed delivered now. It's like pizza. It's they take credit cards. It's insane how normal it is.
I lived in New York City. I moved to New York City in 1996, and I was 26 and very like shy about substances in general. Even like I hadn't even reached peak drinking yet, which of course was totally legal. But like I remember being struck at that time how weed in New York City at that time, although illegal and you could get in trouble for it, there was a huge delivery system infrastructure. Like there was the
bicycles, right?
Yes, a better support system for delivering weed than of pizza. Like there was like a stronger.
All those bicycles that were going very slowly.
Yeah,
New York.
Like, that's my guy.
Tell the messenger bikes they're going fast. They're going. And then there's the other bikes that are kind of.
There's some guy that's kind of wavering back and forth in the lane, just like. But I remember but that was like it seemed crazy. Like it was a criminal practice at that time. But people would just give you phone numbers and be like, page this number, text this number. They'll have it to you in half an hour or whatever.
I grew up in Texas, and I know there's at least a couple Texas friends that are actually watching this right now and who smoke. And the first time I got it delivered,
go Longhorns, hook 'em horns.
Yeah, all right. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. Yeah, hook 'em. But the first time I got it delivered, I think before it was delivered, I told everybody that I just ordered pot in Texas. I was gloating.
Oh
basically. Because some of them have to travel a great distance to find, to purchase it and legally, and so I feel fortunate to live in a state that is has that infrastructure.
I'm committed, California. I'm committed to not drinking alcohol, but I always imagined I'll like slip back into pot at some point when it feels right, edibles or something like that. I'd love to do CBD oil, which I know is not exactly the same thing. It's like adjacent, but I don't know.
Hey, but it's good. Yeah, it's good to try though. It's good to try.
Do you guys use CBD oil?
I use a tincture at night. I use a tincture under the tongue at night, and it. I definitely noticed that I feel like it gives me a little bit of a deeper sleep.
Huh. Yeah, I use it. I use that same thing too, and I've had like CBD sodas and stuff.
Has this show changed your guys' relationship to weed at all? It must somewhat, right? I mean, it must be
for sure.
Like that.
I think also just from when we for sure, just because there's a reason that feels like work.
Smoke a lot more. Yeah.
No, it's
not. But also when we did it, I mean, I feel I never know whether to talk about live theater in the past tense or the present tense, but when we've done the live show, like doing that over and over, I feel like made me completely change my experience of weed, because it became it became like a communal thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you're smoking with
Yeah.
100 other people at once. It became less like a very insular thing.
It's a very social drug. Like as opposed to cocaine, which seems to be sort of an isolator and a divider. Like pot brings everybody together. Actually, alcohol does that too. That is a pro of alcohol in terms of substances. Like there's tons of downsides of it, but it is a social activity. And so, but weed is a social activity with way less downside. It's friendly. It's friendly. People are very generous with weed.
Very friendly.
And
very friendly.
They're stingy with everything else, but people will like.
I mean, J.R. Tolkien smoked it. You know what I mean? Like, and he wrote The Lord of the Rings. Like, those are such friendly stories. You know,
they're so warm. Yeah.
Well, also, I was just thinking that there's also this weird infrastructure of underground usage that people are, since it's been illegal for so long, people are used to finding the people that smoke weed. And finding the places to do it and the safe places to do it, that it's already, for a lot of people who have been growing up through this, this last century, there's already a communal relationship with the people that smoke weed with them. It's interesting. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
I lost you, but I like the sentiment. I like I like the friendly vibe of it.
Yeah, that's all the grades I got on my essays.
Speaking of friendly vibes, I saw your music video recently.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Man, it's so good.
Thanks
it's
for
so
watching
fun. Yeah, absolutely. The song is great.
Thank you.
And it's got the theme of this episode is good vibes. We in every episode we do, we have a good vibes minute, and so once a month we do a whole show of good vibes. And
oh, nice.
This is all. It seems like such good vibes. Do you guys want to talk about the song a little bit beforehand, or do you want to watch the music video first?
Well, can I? I'd like to I'm going to set it up real quick, and then we can show it.
I love it. Please do.
Very briefly. So like Joel's here's how this happened. Joel and I met through UCB, both being performers at the UCB theater, of course. And then we found out we had similar musical tastes, and we saw Bruce Springsteen together, and we would talk about music. Then we started doing a Beatles podcast.
We're both anti-drug.
We're both super anti-drug, very far right, like pro book burning.
Risky guess for us.
Yeah, we're the control group that you have on.
And I started learning how to play the guitar, but I'm not very good at it. I've been on this show before doing bad guitar solos, which is a show I do. But as I was learning to play guitar, I started writing songs, even though I couldn't play them that well. I got an itch to write songs. And so I sort of, in a vulnerable moment, showed them to Joel and was kind of like, do you think I could record these? Or are these like the worst things ever? Am I insane? And this one you're going to see the video for was the first one I played for him. And I was like, maybe 10 seconds into it, he's like, this is great. Let's do it. And it was,
hell yeah. That's awesome.
Nice. And I would have been totally understandable if he was like, don't play this for anybody. Like, don't do it. And I was so excited. And so we started recording songs, and we decided to form a band. So now we're a band and we're both writing songs, and it's really fun. And so this was it was the first one I played for him. And it's also the first one that we finished actually making and doing a video for. So yeah,
it was oddly prescient, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's called We Are Running from a Storm. And I just wrote it. I wrote it in 2017 as just like a story. But even though this episode that we're doing is song, this song's endorsement by Joel is a good vibe, and it's a product of a friendship, but the content of the song is a bad vibe because it's like it's being scared of some nameless evil. Because I don't know, I'm into fantasy sci-fi, so I thought it'd be fun to write about a nameless evil.
Cool.
And then a pandemic happened, and I was like, hey, this song is accidentally topical.
God, it's so topical. It's super poignant. I 100% assume that you thought to write this during the pandemic. That's really interesting.
2 years ago.
Crazy.
And we recorded it. We recorded the bones of it in February.
Yeah. We were pretty much done with all my stuff, and then I want to give a shout out to my good friend Jason Murgo, who played the drums and mixed and mastered everything and made it sound
really pro and great.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And this video we shot during the pandemic in 20 minutes outside of Joel's apartment. Should we play this?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
this is great. Let's check it out. Uh-oh.
Find some horses true, drive them through the night, branches slap our faces red, and that won't halt our flight, crawl into a shelter near, to try to keep us safe and warm. But the sun is never coming back, we live in darkness now, and though we run with all our might, no one can figure how we'll ever have a home again, instead of running from a storm. We are running from a storm. We are running from a... Check their actions thoroughly. We won't have time again to pause and choose our destiny, or wonder if and when we picked a plan to run away, and to that plan we must conform. So when your doubts arise again, extinguish them with force. Thinking is a luxury, and one we can endorse. We only have one purpose now, and that is running from a storm. We are running from a storm. When we're safe again, I swear I'll never make mistakes again. I'll care to take the time to always love you true, and turn my head to face the skies of blue. I will look right in your eyes and feel instead of always analyze. I will love so plain and clear when our lives are free from fear. But hush the hope that's in your mind, it makes you shine too bright. They'll sniff the budding happiness and steal us in the night. They'll find our flimsy hiding place, they'll be upon us in a swarm. Decide the future tense and keep your hearing wide. Inertia is a great expense, and one we can't abide. I fear the walls are closing in. We are running from a storm. We are running from a storm. We are running when we're safe again. I swear I'll never make mistakes again. I'll care to take the time to always love you true, and turn my head to face the skies of blue. I will look right in your eyes and feel instead of always analyze. I will love so plain and clear when our lives are free from fear. The horses straight ahead, go without our meals from now, feast upon our inner dread, treat our bodies like machines living deep inside our brains, never stop because of fear or darker sleep or sleet or rain. When they see us streaking by and wonder what we're running from, they'll get their answer soon enough. Something wicked this way comes, and the time for talking's done. When the fear arrives, then they will begin to run. It will become their lives, will this darkness ever end? Hey, 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 hey! We are running from a storm. We are running from a storm. We are running from a storm.
There you have it.
Whoa, that was great.
Honestly, it's so fucking good, guys. It's so good.
Oh,
It's-
thanks.
you.
Pretty fun, right?
That was
I
so
watched-
fun.
I
It was fun.
watched
It was like,
a
good
couple-
vibes, even though it was bad. Oh, sorry, James, go ahead.
Yeah,
Totally.
It's got a driving beat. So it's kind of it's an
Yeah.
upbeat energy, even
Yeah.
though the content is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say when I saw it over social media, I was like, I checked it out and I watched it a couple times and I really enjoyed it. And then legitimately the next morning when I woke up, that song was fucking stuck in my head. It's a great,
Thank you.
it's a great hook.
Oh,
It's so catchy.
oh, thank you guys.
Our
That's so nice.
audience is freaking out. You're getting a lot of clap
Oh,
emojis. a
thank
lot
you
of
so much,
amazing,
everybody. It's-
a lot of yes, Joel. Mickey
Yeah.
Woo in all caps
So-
says, Joel, where's our shout out?
Was that's the first song? Well, you said that's the first song you wrote?
Yeah.
Wow. And when you write it, I don't know, I guess you're taking guitar lessons, so do you write the is it called the
Yeah.
beat? Or is it the melody?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess?
yeah.
First, or is it the words first?
Thank you for asking this, because I think more talented musicians always say, oh, it happens all kinds of ways. But I have a specific mechanical process that I use,
Great.
which is that I pick the chords first that I like. that's from just learning, songs often use very similar chord progressions. So I take one that I like, change it a little bit, play the chord over and over and over again, start humming a melody. Then I put some gibberish words in, and only then do I write the lyrics. And then I kind of go back. Then it's kind of like, okay, now I see what it is. And then I sort of redo it a little bit more organized. But it's music first and then words. So I picked those chords. They sounded creepy. And then I picked a melody that was kind of, jittery and jumpy and stuff like that. But that was the writing of it. And then when I gave it to Joel, though, it was me playing a guitar that was very threadbare and thin because I wasn't very good on the guitar and it was just my voice. And it was Joel and this guy, Jason Murgo, our mixer and drummer, who like kind of gave it this like real heft, that really made it like a rocker.
Right.
I was like, it's a dream come true. Just when it was recorded, it was a dream come true. And honestly, anybody liking it at all, it's such a joy for me.
That's so
James, you saying that, you guys saying that, like we're already playing with house money. Even just
it's legitimately it's such a good tune.
And it's so like you said, accidentally topical, but it's so perfectly like it's just so on point with exactly I feel like the emotions of the moment.
Yeah. Well, I've been a huge fan of. Well, Joel, you should say something. I'm talking too much. Joel plays all the instruments except for the drums. Like I sing it, and but Joel plays everything.
Crazy.
And he even played the drums in the initial version, but we replaced the drums with some live drums from our mixer.
Yeah,
which is funny because I've known Joel for years, through the comedy community, and Joel's a great friend and hilarious comedian. And I had no idea that you. I found out recently that you're like a really gifted musician. I had no idea that was.
Joel's modest about it, but he's no joke. He's the real deal.
Part of your personality. Yeah, that's so great.
Well, it's sort of, I've actually been, my little story on this whole band is that I've been writing songs privately to myself for years, really.
Yeah.
So in the next single we're going to release is one of mine that I basically got the gist of in 2000, the year 2000.
Yeah,
really.
And it's just been sort of there, unfinished. And I don't know, so there might be some insecurity going on, like just it's so naked to just throw your stuff out there. And Will has essentially provided this sort of safe context for me to start releasing it.
Yeah.
And also with his advice on my stuff, which has been an encouragement, has been really helpful.
I mean, my main contribution to Joel's stuff is just telling him that it's good and he should do it. I mean, other little stuff too, but mostly that's been my role. Is like, this is good, let's do it.
But when I hear this one, I love this song immediately when he played it for me, and it reminded me of this REM song called "Underneath the Bunker."
Oh yeah, which I had never heard that song.
Yeah,
and somebody on social media pointed out, and it does have similarities. It's
but when my experience of watching it is just loving it. But that synth patch, that synth sound, the solo. When I initially discovered that, it was just hunting through the sounds that I had on my synthesizer, and I had it really low in the mix. And so I loved it. And then my buddy Jason just brought it all the way up. And I was like, oh my God, that's the worst synth patch I've ever heard in my life. I had no idea. And then it took him to kind of go, and Will to go, no, this is pretty good. It's cheesy. So whenever I see that, and also acting like I'm playing it on the guitar in the video, which is
it's so fun.
Owning it twice more than.
Very funny.
It's such a fun moment in the video. And also, and this is kind of corny.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for songs that have clapping in them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I know exactly what you mean. There's something very childlike and vulnerable about it, but it also does work musically so well. Like a lot of early Beatles songs. I mean, Joel and I are huge Beatles fans. The whole Western Hemisphere are huge Beatles fans. But I mean, like early Beatles songs have lots of hand claps, and there is something sort of cheesy and great about them. And I'm a big fan of it. I think Joel put those in. I think Joel, you did that.
Yes. Yeah, it sort of felt like it needed.
Your hands?
Those are my hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Those are my hands and maybe Jason's, I don't know. But yeah, I hated the sound of my hands, and then Jason brought them up, and I'm like, all right.
What's funny? It's funny working with Joel because he's Joel's a multi-instrumentalist. He can play several instruments, and he's also a producer. He knows how to record, and so he arranged these songs. He thought about like what instruments to use and stuff like that. And I'm less fussy about it. I'm like, what's the melody? What's the words? What's the beat? Beyond that, I don't have a ton of opinions.
Yeah.
Usually. But Joel will be like, yeah, he was just talking about the synth patch. He's like, my God, that synth patch is so too much or something. And I was like, what synth patch? What are you talking about? It's like, oh, the solo's great. I don't know. It doesn't sound strange to me. I don't have enough talent or vocabulary sometimes to know if something's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
in terms of arrangements and stuff like that.
I think that's why we're a good pair.
I do have opinions on like lyrics and sort of, I don't know, song structure and like, how many verses, how many choruses and stuff like that. And
yeah,
tempo and
well, it feels like a cool dynamic too, because it kind of feels like, Will, you're kind of getting more into music, and Joel, you're a veteran of it. So like, I'm
trying to get out of it.
Trying to get out of it.
I'm trying to leave. Been trying to leave the music business ever since. Yeah.
But I think you guys can speak to this. I'm sure this is true on your show. Like any collaboration, an important component of it is sort of supporting each other and saying yes, but you don't say yes to everything. You do have to like be knowing when it's time to be the editor, when it's time to hit the brakes or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's like, actually it's funny when I first started UCB a million years ago in New York City. The first show I ever did was directed by Owen Burke. I don't know if you guys know him, but I
know Owen. He was one of my teachers at one point.
Yeah. Original UCB performer and a really nice teacher and coach. And he was directing the show that I was in. And he kind of said it. He was like, all right, the show's going up in a month. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to say yes to every idea. Any idea anybody's got, we're just going to say yes to it for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, we're going to start saying no to every idea. So we're going to say yes to get as many in here as we can. And then we'll start winnowing down. And I always thought, that's like a smart creative process. Like
that's
get the momentum
smart.
Going, say yes. I
love that.
And then once it's all laid out, you can start to be like, oh, we don't need this. We don't need this. And I think that's something good about
we should do that
sort of collaboration.
We should do that because these guys have said no to me for months on my idea of like an all cocaine episode. Where we just like have up and blown. It'd be so the energy.
It'll be so expensive. It'll be so expensive.
Okay. Matt has his eye on the budget.
That's all I care about.
It's so hard to find guests.
What would you guys do if you guys were gonna like start? So like I wrote this song 2 years ago. It was the first song I ever wrote, right? So like, what would be if you guys were going to start a new artistic venture? In what do you think you would do?
Oh,
like something sculpture. I don't know, like playwriting. Like if you were going to be like, I'll do this. I've never done this before. I've always wanted to do this.
Have you had a little inkling? An inkling?
Would cooking count?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
I think maybe cooking for me.
I bet you'd be a good cook, James.
I enjoy it. I'm not in any way, like great or anything, but I'm still learning and I really like it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make right now, James?
I feel like I make a really good salmon.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a special way of making it so that I cook it skin first and sear it and then serve it skin up so that it feels like you're eating crispy, like a really nice and salty, crispy cut of salmon.
Ooh, this is the red zone for everybody who's high right now, talking about intricate food.
Making me hungry.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Upside down salmon skin. Damn.
Yeah.
100%
Upside down salmon skin.
When someone serves you salmon 3 ways, and one of the ways is just upside down.
DJ Blue Dream is
It's
not going to be a
under
waiter.
the plate.
It's under the plate, upside down, and in my hand.
DJ Blue Dream will not be a waiter at my restaurant if he's going to describe my dishes that way.
Got some burnt cornbread. Some upside down salmon skin.
It's toasted, DJ Blue Dream. It's toasted.
Shitty
What would you
water.
do, Matt? Matt, what art form would you do?
Oh, if it weren't whatever I do now, it would be I don't know. That's a good question. I like to cook, but I don't know if I would. I think woodworking would be fun. I don't know anything about it though.
Yeah.
Like woodworking, like making things.
You've got a good look for a carpenter.
Yeah. I got the Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be. I just because I don't know anything about it, I would be starting from scratch.
Novice.
I know it's made of wood. I know that much. But that's about it.
Hey man, it's more than I knew.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it was
What about
really.
you?
How about you, Dhruv?
I've been trying to do a couple, like the new thing a fairly newish thing I've started doing, kind of basically post-pandemic more so, is learning the tabla, which are the like Indian hand drums. I never really had any
cool.
musical talent growing up, and I was like, well, I really love like
That's
beats
cool.
and stuff. I love that side of things, so I've just started learning that. That's been fun. But I feel like if it was something new that I'm not doing at all, I think maybe like I swear I'm not kidding. It sounds like a joke answer, but honestly, like being like an erotica author, I think would be really in my wheelhouse.
It sounds like a
hard-
complete joke answer.
It's not a joke answer. Like steampunk erotica.
I just
Steampunk erotica.
Steampunk erotica. That's
You should
amazing.
do it. You should do it.
Kill it.
That's
I laid her on that penny farthing, and
I am. This is not a joke. I am writing an erotic novel,
Yes, Will.
and
Maybe
I'm doing
on our
it.
next episode
Great.
you can read it.
I'm doing it because a friend of mine from UCB New York, like before the pandemic, like in January or something, I was like, man, I don't know, I'm bored. Like, I don't know what to work on next. You know what I mean? I'm not getting as much work as I want as an actor, and I'm getting antsy, and I need something to do. And he was like, write a romance novel. I was like, huh? He's like, write a sex novel. I was like, I don't want to do that. He's like, I don't know. You wanted something to do. And I was like, well, not that. But then he got it stuck in his head. And every time I talked to him, he's like, you're going to write that romance novel? And he started sending me money on Venmo to pay me in advance for writing it.
you are a prostitute. This guy is hiring you.
So I wrote a half a chapter yesterday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
For-
I think it might be
That's how
done.
all romance novels are written, you know. There's
On a
someone just
dare?
forced
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah.
Am I?
You gotta come
in
back
like
in a
2
month.
years. Yeah, in like 2
Oh my
years,
God.
Will, are you going to come back on this show
Just
and
read a
we're going to
chapter.
read excerpts from
I don't know.
I want to hear
and
it.
afterwards we'll just be like, God, dude, that was so hot. That was
Woof.
so fucking hot, man.
I'm too effing horny.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys? I don't know.
Boy, you better launch into another chapter here. What? Will, the stage is yours. What should we do?
I was gonna. I wanted to play the original demo that I gave you, Joel,
Oh, yeah.
to show these guys how much work you put into it, so you can see the journey that this song took. But I think I would need to share, or I have to send the file to your producer. Andrew, do you want to let me share, or should I send you an MP3 or something like that?
He'll probably respond on text here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is riveting.
Go
He
ahead
said
and
go
share.
ahead and share.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta stop share. Yeah, there you go.
This will be quick. Let me just see here.
Yeah.
Gonna
And so this is the demo.
Yeah, this is the demo that I did in my living room by myself.
What if it's just crazy noise, like nothing
Yeah.
close?
Not even close.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just the shrieks of an animal.
We will find some horses true, drive them through the night, branches slap our faces red, and that won't halt our flight. Crawl into a shelter near to try to keep us safe and warm. But the sun is never coming back. We live in darkness now, and though we run with all our might, no one can figure how we'll ever have a home again. Instead of running from a storm, we are running from a storm.
You can just, it's the song is there, but it's really thin and it's lost a lot of its impact. And
yeah.
So you can imagine like how when I heard the finished product, I was like, God damn.
The finished product, yeah.
I don't know.
It's so much richer. Yeah. The finished product is so much fuller.
Fuller, yeah. But still, I think honoring what was there, I think. But like it's pretty, I don't know, pretty amazing.
Pretty cool.
I recommend that everybody you can take it back, Dhruv. I recommend everyone to find talented people to help finish your shit.
That's a good, that's good advice. You had a good vibe that you wanted to share, right?
I did, and then I found out that I found out DJ Blue Dream did it already. On another show that I didn't listen to.
On another show.
What was it?
So it was the meme generator. This is okay. And I'm glad because I was worried that I have some that I can share, but I was worried because it's only funny when I'm high, and it's only funny I'd say they're funny about 30% of the time.
Yeah.
I'd say that's
right.
But those 30% are very funny.
Are fucking funny.
Yes.
So there's this AI. If you guys don't know this, Will and Joel, there's this AI that generates memes just based on an algorithm of like what a lot of memes say and what the pictures are. So I'll just share some of my favorite ones. Oh wait, who's sharing?
I stopped it. Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. Let's see here. How the fuck do I do this again? Jesus Christ. All right, here's one. This is one that I like a lot. Let me see here. You guys see this one?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not the one. This is the my bad.
That's the website. Yeah.
So that's the website. That was not a good. See, that was not a good one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. How do I share? Okay, share and then those. Okay, how about that? Now let's see here.
Okay, you said some.
All right, this one is good. That was the first one I ever saw, and it made me laugh so hard.
Facebook.
They're spelled differently. I like that they're spelled differently.
They're almost like Dadaist, where it's like what's funny about them is that they're just shy of making sense of any kind.
And some of them make no sense.
Yeah.
Let me find this one here. Okay, I'll just do 3. This one.
What?
It's because it's kind of like
kind of makes some.
I know they're like so close.
Honestly, it's perfect.
It's the strangest complaint.
It's
like, oh God, wait forever for him to finish this sidewalk.
His buddy's putting in a new sidewalk for the city.
That's the idea, like
to go up.
Just like that's a relatable thing. That's
right. No private person ever puts in a sidewalk. It's always the city that, in general, that usually does it.
And it's not. It doesn't. Can you finish it in a day where someone will be waiting on you? It's like take multiple days to work on it.
I'll meet you at the park as soon as I'm done with my sidewalk.
Oh God! I'm gonna
thought we were gonna. Thought we were gonna do shots, man.
And this is the last one, and this is the one that me and Mary say to each other now a lot. It really makes me laugh.
It was problem.
Wow.
I'm not saying it was aliens. and it was problems. Like it's the plural in problems really makes me laugh. Like it was
That's like it's like bad rap or something like that.
It's so bad. And the picture, what the fuck? I've never seen that picture before.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was problems. It's so funny.
Look.
Also,
So it's
picturing
like
that expression on your face while you say
I
that.
know.
Like if somebody said that to you, if somebody was trying to talk to you and tell you of something that they experienced that was traumatic, and the spectrum that they gave you was it wasn't aliens, but it was problems.
What the fuck? What do you do?
What would be the right thing to say? It wasn't aliens, but it was something I couldn't recognize.
Okay, well,
yeah.
was it ghosts?
It was not problems.
Eliminating stuff, I guess.
It was not problems.
I guess aliens has to be a subset of problems. So like it wasn't aliens, but it was something else that fits into the category of problems.
And maybe that type of a problem, whatever that type of a problem is.
Yeah.
Also, his body, it looks like he was about to dive into a pool because his arms were back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that when someone says something like problematic. Like I'm not saying that's inappropriate, but it is problems.
But it was problems.
It also seems like it's conceding a point, like it's trying to be fair. Okay. Look, it wasn't aliens. It was problems. I'll grant you that.
It wasn't aliens.
I'll grant you that it was problems.
Rudy, you were the one that first said it was problems, right? So props to you.
I did say it was problems.
Here's a quick question. If you didn't know that was driven by AI, like if you didn't know that an algorithm came up with that, would it still be as funny if you thought a person wrote it?
I think no, but I would still like it.
Yeah,
I'd
be like something's wrong with that. Like it's like, oh, this person doesn't
speak English as well.
Yeah, or just like missing something.
I feel like.
What do you think
AI
of this?
makes it okay to laugh at it.
The context of it, yeah.
I have a friend in New York. His name's Keaton Patty. Maybe you've even seen these things. He has this running gag where he's like, I fed 1,000 episodes of 1,000 pages of Harry Potter into an AI and had it write a page. Here it is. But it's always just something he wrote. He has no AI. There's no feeding 1,000 pages. It's just he creates these things as if a robot wrote it.
It's kind of just off.
They're always really funny. He's really good at it, but it gets passed around the internet like crazy. And I'm like, I think people think this is an AI doing it, and it's not just.
I think people don't know how it works. They don't know how AI works, so they think that that's actually. I think it's kind of like a reverse Turing test, where it's like it's good enough to fool people into thinking it's artificial rather than human.
Yes, yeah.
It means he's a good writer, I guess. I don't know.
He's really a good writer. It's really funny. Oh, and then there was another friend of mine who did this similar of like faking incompetence, where he was like, he's a comedian, right? All of his tweets are jokes. His bio is like New York comedian. And then he did a post where he's like, I'm a professor, and one of my students turned in this paper on The Great Gatsby. Look how bad it is. And it's a photo of the first paragraph of a thing about Great Gatsby, and it's so stupid. All of the facts are wrong. And it got retweeted like thousands and thousands of times. Like, look how stupid kids are these days. Look how dumb they are in colleges. But it's fake. He just did it as a joke. He's not a professor. Every other tweet on his timeline reveals that he's not.
Is he this guy? Is he the meme guy?
No, maybe.
Is he fool me?
You might be. You might be fooled.
Shit!
Yeah.
It might just be him.
Yeah.
That's kind of genius.
I'm not saying it was aliens.
But it was problems.
It was problems. It was a great vibe. And so DJ Blue Dream, you had a game you wanted to play, right?
That's right. This is something I wanted to try for a while. We can, if it's running long, there's 5 questions in it. I basically want to play a game show we've been talking about doing for a while. I want to see how it works and runs. I think it'll be fun with all 4 of you as contestants. It's pretty basic and simple as game shows go. It's just called Weed of Fortune. And it's Wheel of Fortune, but with with weed specifics.
Okay.
And I guess
Right.
if you're in the audience, feel free to play along. I'll see your answers. If you get them before these guys, write them out. And whoever wins, whoever has the most money at the end, I will Venmo you $4.20 after this.
Ooh, shit.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
This is professional. This is very professional.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That
I
looks
love-
amazing.
I love that
Okay.
post-apocalyptic LA there. I love that.
This looks
Oh,
like
it's
an
a weed-
erotic,
it's a weed
erotic
ad.
steampunk.
When the
you guys
weed
ready?
plants take over. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's do round one. It's a strain of
Nice.
weed.
Strain of
James,
weed.
you're up first.
Okay.
Hang on.
This is crazy, Dhruv. How'd you do this?
This is amazing.
Okay, James is up next.
What if somebody asked that who was a contestant on Wheel of Fortune? this is crazy, man.
Holy shit! Look at that thing.
Whoa!
Hey, does that lady work for you? Who's what's going on here?
Every game show they're on, they're just like, "Whoa, Alex!
Whoa! How'd you know that answer?
So James, you need $250 to buy a vowel. So right now we'll just spin the wheel, yeah?
Yeah,
Your
let's
turn.
spin the wheel.
$700. Guess a letter, James.
All right, I'm gonna go with the letter S.
S. There are 3 S's, so you get a lot of money. Ooh,
Nice.
$2,100, my friend.
Ooh,
Okay,
$2,100.
Matt, you are next. Would you like to spin or solve the puzzle?
I'll spin it.
Strain of weed. Matt Newell.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Guess a letter.
I'll guess D.
By the way, if you can't see the
What the? Jesus Christ! Too loud, man. That's not good vibes, buddy.
Yeah. I think you need to raise the volume of that. I think you need to raise it.
Wait, is it? I'm trying to turn it down.
No,
Okay.
it just scared me because I'm stoned.
Joel, guess a letter for 300.
T.
T. There is 2 T's. You get $600.
Oh, shit.
By the way, if you can't see the other side of it, you may need to minimize that little bar on the side. You know what I mean? If you can't see the last word or last letter. Will.
Yeah, spin. I mean,
There you go.
I'll solve it.
Wait, with you? Okay, 700. We
R.
got S.
R.
R.
Oh, I know though. Oh, I'm a.
There's 1 R.
Oh shit.
And I can't solve it now, right?
I don't think so. Is that how
Right.
Wheel of Fortune works?
I don't
know.
think so.
Maybe. No.
I don't think I can.
James. Hang on a sec. You want to solve or you want to spin? Or buy
I want
buy
to
a vowel?
spin. I want to spin.
Vowel, man. I
So
can't
if
buy
you wanna-
one. I need you to buy me a vowel. Hey, somebody buy me a vowel.
600.
600.
Guess a letter.
H.
H. There is 1 H.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I think we got to move on to Matt. You want to spin or solve, Matt?
I got to spin. I don't know what this word is.
Oh, yeah. 200.
What is this strain?
Ooh, Danny has got 1 word correct.
I
know this.
Danny
Oh
has
shit, Joel.
almost solved it. Danny Pampo has got 1 of the words. Hell
Is
yeah.
it, are you? I'll get an N. I'll pick an N. It's the only one I know is there.
You know what it is?
I know only half of it.
I think
Okay.
I can solve it.
That's what Danny's got. Danny, you got the second word wrong. Okay, Joel, you want to go for a solve?
I didn't see Danny's choice. Can I see it or should I not?
No, you should not see it.
Okay.
The audience is playing separately, let's say.
Okay.
'Cause yeah.
If I solve it,
puzzle?
do I win it?
You win this round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do 3 rounds. We'll do 3
Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna take a swing here. Sunset Sherbet.
You got it.
Fuck! Oh, Joel. Wow. Okay.
Correct.
Good
Sunset.
job, man.
Sherbet.
Sure,
Nice,
that's
Joel.
like, I was confused. I thought it was
Okay, a stoner classic. And I will
Jesus
give you a
Christ.
further clue. It is a
Stoner
movie.
classic.
It is a what?
Okay.
A movie.
A
Okay.
stoner classic film. Joel, you
Classic
are up
stoner film.
first.
Then
great.
I'll spin.
We'll do one more after I made more questions, but I feel like
What was
That's a
that?
letter.
100?
Just 100.
Bummer. Well, I'm gonna have to go see.
Very, very good. 3 C's. You think you know what it is? Because you probably do.
I'd like to solve it. I'd like to solve it.
Yeah. Will for the song. What is it?
Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nicely done. Okay. Will
It's funny,
wins
Cheech and
this
Chong has the
round.
same number of letters.
Oh, there was a fun fact there. There was a fun fact coming out, but it was interrupted a bit.
Oh, the man.
Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry.
That's the worst.
I can't
It doesn't
stop
matter.
this
It doesn't matter.
stupid thing.
Oh,
Keep
it's
going.
so funny.
Such a funny, humiliating thing to be cut off with, too. Just, bah, 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 bah.
It's like game show music.
That's worse than being played off on an Academy Award speech.
Yeah.
It's way worse.
It's way
All right,
cornier.
Will. Go ahead. Go ahead with your fact.
I'll spin. No, fact doesn't matter.
What is
we
this
should
category?
Will's
this is
furious.
Huxley book.
Yeah, if anyone knows, I might skip this round. This feels like it might be like at least it's not for me. Wait, how do I skip the round?
I only
Shit.
know one Huxley book, and I don't know this one.
All right, then you want to just spin, and I will solve it. Also, Danny got the last one, right as you did. Good job, Danny. You're doing the best of the audience. That's a letter, Will.
T.
Cool. T. It is 2 T's.
2 T's.
Nice.
And this is the Huxley book?
Yeah, it's a Huxley book that is very, let's just say, very influential on weed and drug culture when it came out.
Okay. Let's go with H.
Hmm.
Only one.
Matt. Oops.
I'll spin.
I might give you guys this one after we go through back to Will.
S. I'll do S.
Cool. There's one S.
Oh, that must be tough. You're probably thinking there was going to be way more S's, right, Matt?
I thought there was going to be all S's.
The
It was a snake, right?
Joel, for you. Ooh, Kathleen Guevara gets it almost right. Kathleen, you got
Bankrupt.
the first, third, and fourth word correct. Oh no, Joel, you are bankrupt. Well, let's do a final.
Check your bank account, Joel.
No, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle Gilliam has solved it. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is since the audience solved it before you. It is The Doors of Perception.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that's where the Doors got their name, right? I think that's right.
That's right. That is where the Doors got their name.
Oh, I didn't know. That's cool.
How do I'm trying to see how I'm just going to give the round to Joel with 0 points.
This has the interesting thing about these number of letters here.
Wait.
Is that it has the same
Oh, damn, we missed missed another fact. Okay, on to the next one.
Sorry about that, everybody. That was going to be a good one.
Very good one.
Learned something about numbers.
Danny Pample has the furthest guess of all, which was the bridge over the River Kwai. Way off. Let's do this. This one will be easy, I think. Propaganda film. Will, you are...
I'd like to solve it.
Damn it!
I love it. I love the confidence.
Reefer Madness.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah. And
Easy
our
pitch.
final cat. Does anyone have a fact?
Well, but not that.
Worst guy.
I like to solve it.
Yes, Matt.
Shoot, I thought it.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
Worst guy.
What kind of category is that?
Jeff's Sessions. I'm trying to think of a weed worst guy.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Hang on.
No letters.
I love how Leroy Jenkins you were about that, Matt. No, just
James. Oh, I'm sorry, Joel. Oh, James.
Yeah, I'll solve it.
oh boy.
Go ahead.
This is, I counted this out. I counted the
I
letters
know.
out. I know what this is. James Mastriani. You son of a bitch.
That's the same amount of letters.
You see the thing with Matt?
Joel, you win with 600 points. I will be Venmoing you $4.20. Thank you, and thank you, our audience, for playing Weed of Fortune.
I knew as soon as that category came out when it said worst guy, and I started to count how many letters were in the last name. I was like, this is me.
And I think
That was
from
a
the
blast.
audience team, Kathleen Guevara takes it.
Oh, she knew. She knew
Good job.
immediately.
Good job.
$4.20.
Yeah, it's coming straight to you, Joe.
Oh, great.
This has been such a good vibes, guys. Such a good vibes episode. When Joel and Will, when can we maybe expect your next song or music video?
I would imagine. Let's just say soon. And I think what we're looking for is the album to come out next month. June.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess more importantly is where can people find out information about
we got a Facebook page. Our band name is Wayne and Rodney, which is confusing because that's neither of our names. But the band is Wayne and Rodney.
Neither of your names?
All right, let's go over our names again.
Okay. All right, we'll start with you, Rodney.
But we have a Facebook page, Wayne and Rodney, and an Instagram account, Wayne and Rodney, and that's a good place to find out.
And it's ampersand, right?
Yeah, Wayne ampersand Rodney, and that's we'll announce stuff there. We're on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. So
Awesome.
Oh, very
Yeah.
cool.
our album's going to be called "Turn It Up."
Turn it up. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it. Well, thanks again for coming on the show, you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks so much for
thank
having us.
you.
It was such
Yeah.
a generous
Yeah.
offer, James.
Yeah.
You're not the worst guy in my book. You're
No. You're a
Likewise.
significant Huxley novel.
yeah. You're Sunset Sherbet to me. If you ever run for politics, I will vote for you.
The Harold third beat muscle kicking in a high gear for Will Hines.
I promise that we'll be on an anti-drug alt-right.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
Connections
See?
galore. That's
See?
Will Hines' James Bond name right there. Is Connections galore.
The most boring James Bond. He doesn't sleep with anybody, but he finishes an elegant Harold.
This has been a blast, you guys, and thanks to the audience for tuning in. And reminder, this Friday at 8 p.m. we have a show We have two different teams of comedians competing against each other. The Stoners, which is Devin Fields, Jacob Wysocki, and Zach Oyama, will be going against the Sobers, which is Carl Tart, Ego Wodim, and Patrick McDonald on the UCB comedy page on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Check that out on
YouTube.
Friday at 8 p.m.
YouTube.com/UCB comedy. So not on this
Yeah.
account. If you're watching, you can still go to I'm2FNHigh.com and we'll there'll be a link right on the front page there for you. But tune in because it's going to be a great one.
It's going to be fun. We're going to see how sober people and stoner people do comedic challenges. So it'll be a blast. And make sure you guys check out Joel and Will's bands. And what you said it was
Wayne
called,
and Rodney. Wayne and Rodney.
Wayne and Rodney.
Just think of our names, man. Just think of our names.
Just think of your names. Yeah.
Stoned.
Thank
And
you, yeah.
I'm toeffingHigh.com for any other information about future shows. Thanks so much, guys. Stay 2F and high.
Thank you, guys.